Hi, in this video clip I'll show you how to do well in your Toefl IB test. First of all, we need to understand you need to understand what is the Toefl IB test. The Toefl IB test, first of all, what the Toefl itself stands for. Toefl stands for Test of English as a Foreign Language. iBT or IB test stands for Internet Based Test, and it measures your ability to use and understand English at the university level, and it evaluates how well you can combine your listening, reading, speaking and writing skills to perform academic tasks. Now, who takes the Toefl test? It is estimated that more than 27 million people from all over the world have taken the Toefl test to demonstrate their English language proficiency, and that the average English skill level ranges between intermediate and advanced. And the test is aimed for students planning to study at a higher education institution, or students want to be admitted to English language learning programs. And it's for those who want to seek scholarships and certification as being proficient candidates to pursue their studies. And it is also for English language learners who want to track their progress. And also it is for students and workers applying for visas to either study or work in the USA. Now, what about the Toefl IB test sections? The test is given in English, and it has four sections: reading, listening, speaking and writing, and it takes about 4.5 hours. Taking notes is allowed during the Toefl IB. Your notes will be collected from you after the test. And for reading section, the time limit is 60 to 80 minutes, and the number of questions are from 36 to 56. And the listening is between 60 to 90 minutes, and the number of questions are from 34 to 51. There is also a break of 10 minutes before going on to the other two sections of the test. Speaking is about 20 minutes. There will be 6 tasks given to you in order to measure your speaking skill. And the final skill, which is writing, is about 50 minutes, and you will be given 2 tasks. Now, first of all, let's look at the Toefl IB exam details. The Toefl IB test is the newest version of the older Toefl test. It stands for Toefl Internet Based Test because this exam is delivered completely over the internet in secure testing centers worldwide. You work only on a computer and do not need to meet or talk to a live examiner. Some other terms you might also have heard are Toefl CBT, which stands for Computer Based Test, Toefl PBT, which stands for Paper Based Test. Now, how does how does the TOEFL IB test differ from previous TOEFL exams? TOEFL IB test differs from previous TOEFL exams in 4 important ways. First, the new TOEFL includes integrated as well as independent questions. The exam covers all 4 language skills. That's reading, listening, speaking, and writing. However, in the past, these 4 sections were each tested independently. The new TOEFL test combines the skill areas to ask integrated questions. For example, in the writing section, test takers will have to read, listen, and then write a short essay in response to a question. In the speaking section, they must read, listen, and give a 60-second oral response to a question. These integrated tasks are new features of the TOEFL IB test and are meant to reflect how English speakers really use the language. Now, it's very important to note that you cannot study for the TOEFL IB test using the old TOEFL textbooks. Ideally, you should purchase TOEFL textbooks which are focused on the TOEFL IB test. Now, what about your TOEFL IB test guide? Now, your TOEFL IB test guide means that you might think that studying for the TOEFL exam can be scary, difficult, and confusing, like thousands of other students around the world. And you probably have so many questions that you tend to ask yourself. Questions like, where do I start? What do I need to know? How do I know when I'm ready? Which books do I use? How do I register? Now, good luck. TOEFL gives you the answers. Getting a high score on the TOEFL IB test is not just a matter of luck. Success on the TOEFL depends on 3 elements: your knowledge, skills, and attitude. Now, what about the TOEFL, your knowledge of TOEFL basics? Now, in order to get a high score on the TOEFL IB test, you first need to inform yourself about the test. Research has shown that students who know what to expect in the exam do better than those who don't know. And for the latest updates on rules and arguments, seek a TOEFL website. Now, what about the TOEFL IB test format? The TOEFL IB test is about 3.5 to 4 hours long and is divided into 4 sections. The first section is reading, which lasts about 60 to 90 minutes. The second section is listening, which lasts from 60 to 90 minutes. Then you get lucky. Why? You have a 10-minute break. The third section is the speaking, which is the shortest, and it's about 20 minutes. And the last section is writing, for which you have about 60 minutes to answer or to write. Though the exam itself covers the 4 main skill areas, it's important to remember that to get a high score in the TOEFL IB test, you need to master quite a few other skills in English. And these include the secondary skills of grammar, vocabulary, spelling, and pronunciation. as well as general academic support skills such as note-taking, keyboarding, mind mapping, summarizing, paraphrasing, skimming, and so on. The TOEFL is one of the most difficult tests you will ever take in your life. Now here is a list of 10 things that will help you get the highest score possible on the TOEFL IB test and fulfill your dream of studying at an English-speaking university. Tip 1. Make sure you understand the TOEFL. It's a test that measures your English reading, listening, speaking, and writing skills, and your ability to succeed at an English-speaking university. And each section has a score of 30, thus making a total overall score of 120. Tip 2. Be prepared. You should give yourself 6 months to 1 year to be fully prepared for the test, especially if you have never taken the test before. Find a most up-to-date textbook available that explains each section of the TOEFL and includes hundreds of practice questions and multiple quizzes. It's really important to find a teacher to work with, either in a course or in private lessons. You need someone to help you with your pronunciation and to assess how you are doing in the speaking and writing sections. Talk to friends who have taken the TOEFL. 3. Read everything. Listen to everything. When you are preparing for the TOEFL, it's not good enough to just listen to and read things that you enjoy and are interested in. You need to read widely to build your vocabulary. On the TOEFL, you will read passages or listen to lectures on everything from astronomy and American history to psychology and biology. So find yourself some excellent resources on the internet that deal with articles on business, science, health, and the environment, arts, entertainment, and history. 4. Learn how to take good notes. This is an essential skill you will need for the listening, speaking, and writing sections of the test, and a skill you will need later on at an English-speaking university. 5. Make sure your pronunciation is clear. On the TOEFL, it's okay to speak English with an accent. Your pronunciation doesn't have to be perfect, but you need to speak clearly and be understood. The speaking section measures 3 things: how well you answer the questions and complete the task, the grammar and vocabulary you use, and how you sound. 6. Get used to a computer keyboard. Learn, for example, touch typing. When you learn touch typing, you will learn how to use all your fingers to type without looking at the keyboard. It's a much faster method of typing, but it takes a lot of practice. Touch typing is not essential for the TOEFL, but it definitely helps you type faster. 7. Learn how to write an English essay. As I mentioned before, that the last section of the TOEFL is the writing section. Now there are 2 writing tasks: the last task and the very last thing you will do on the TOEFL is type a 300-word essay within 30 minutes. Once you are able to write a good essay, start timing yourself and getting faster at it until writing a 300-word essay within 30 minutes doesn't even worry you. So the essay should include an introduction. This introduces your essay and tells the reader your opinion and what you are going to talk about in your essay. The body of the essay should be something like 2 to 3 paragraphs that support your opinion. One paragraph, one thought. The first sentence of the paragraph explains what the paragraph is about, and the rest of the paragraph uses clear, specific examples to illustrate your opinion. And the conclusion is a paragraph that summarizes your essay. Understanding the traditional English style of writing an essay will help you in almost every section of the TOEFL. And you can search on the Google on how to write an essay. Just type how to write an essay and you will get so many websites that help you improve your skill of writing an essay. 8. Practice, practice, practice. This is the best tip I can give you. Students are always looking for a trick or a secret that can learn to help them do better on the TOEFL. This is it. Once you know the TOEFL inside and out, the only thing that can help you get better at it is to keep practicing it. And there is on the slide a very useful TOEFL site in which you can start practicing taking some TOEFL tests. 9. Learn how to relax. You are probably laughing at this tip, but this is very important. A lot of people find this test quite stressful. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's not an easy test. It's important to remain calm and relaxed throughout the test. Remember, you can always take the test again, so you needn't worry. And the last step is take the test at least twice, if not more. No one will ever know your TOEFL score unless you tell them. Students rarely get the score they need on the first try. Taking the TOEFL can be a quite shock the first time you try it. So you needn't worry about this and just follow what I have told you, and hopefully you will do well on the TOEFL test. Now here is the list of resources that I have referred to for making this video clip. For more video lessons on English, visit my site www.recyclingenglish.com.